All right, we back. Had a little technical difficulty to try to find. Well, nah, but yeah, man. It was on my heart. Like, I'm just thinking throughout the week, and first and foremost, man, I gotta give a shout out to Second Baptist Church in Roselle, New Jersey, man. Like, for real, like, you guys really came through. I know not everybody's into the whole, I guess you could say good church or systematic, whatever. But like, here's my thing. I don't know if any of you guys know, but I pretty much grew up in this thing called, like, church and Sundays and all this thing. As a kid, I didn't really understand, and I was trying to get into trying to understand it, because you grew up on it, and you listening and you seeing, so you're just learning. And then it just became like my pop's pastor, mom's, she's over here preaching herself. So now I'm really part of this thing. And I'm a child just growing up in this thing, man. So when I finally became an adult and I was able to make choices and like really go and have to grow up, like, you have to grow up and you have to deal with certain things. You have to really groom, like, life starts to groom you because you got to deal with reality. I knew that me particularly, I was dealing with a religion type of life. I just was like, church to me was just like a system, a religion. I didn't know the other side of it, like how it works or the reality or relationships and things of that nature. So I don't want to say I put up a guard, but I wasn't with it. I wasn't like really keen off. I was like, nah, man. Because it just part of my brain and my experience. I'm like, yo, it's religion stuff, man. You got to look like this, dress like this, talk like this, be like this. And there are people who personally, because they have a relationship with the higher power, they feel like, I don't want this in my life. I don't like this in my life. And that's because they've had this conviction of themselves. But me being a kid growing up, I don't have no real things or understanding. I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Just doing what I'm told to do. And it just left people like a bad taste in my mouth. Oh man, bro. But this past Sunday, I went to church. My son, I put him in that, he does the whole, he's part of like the children's choir and things like that. And, more likely it's his mother that kind of like, she went to the church and she liked the atmosphere. But me, I'm just like, all right, I'm still. And my thing is, like, I want to be, it takes not a tribe. It takes a community. What's the saying that they have when it's like, takes a village. That's what it is. So it takes a village, man. It takes a village to raise, you can't do these things by yourself. So, from what I see and how my child is like the morals and principles coincide with how I would raise my children. And so things that he would just see me as, like, how children are, what your parents tell you, be like, oh, but then like somebody might say the same exact thing your parents say, but the child listens. So I understand those things, and I'm learning too. So they help out too. Like, parents who've had children, they give you some insight, and it's good. Like, you can't do it by yourself. It takes a village, man. The right village too. Anyway, what I was getting at was that, like, so I haven't been to church in a while. And when I went, it was just like the interactions and the people and the community, and just like all the members and people, the faces and the people that I've seen throughout my time there, they just was just pouring and showing me mad love, man. Like, just like genuine. Like I said, I'm skeptical, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, they just genuinely just happy to see you. And I'm like, man, that's a very good feeling, man. And I believe that all humans need that atmosphere where they don't feel pressured. They don't feel like they just able to move at their pace, understand at their pace. Just anything where they could be comfortable. Like, if something's going on, like, they don't feel like they have to in any way, shape, or form. Like, if they want to go to church one day and then they be like, you know what, I'm not going. Like, nobody's gonna judge or feel like you did. Like, they just go at their own pace, at their own time. Like they're, and then the people are genuinely be like, yeah, you know, do what you do, and we'll be praying for you. And that's how they are. Like, you can't go to the church and feel like somebody not gonna say they're gonna pray. Like, that's their way of saying, like, well, thinking of you, but also that's what I'm gonna do. So where I was going with that too is, I wrote down, I was like, I watched a show called Mom, and it's about a group of women, and they're like supposed to be people who like had issues with alcohol. So I guess it's like Alcohol Anonymous. So it's like based around like them going to the AA meetings, but like their lives. So like they're like they support each other. So my thing is like, find some place where you feel like you could get a support group, just people who are like-minded. It could be like a book club or a knitting, like anything, man. Anybody, like, it could be a video game place where, you know, you guys are gamers. Like, just anything. I feel like where you have like the similar interests with somebody and with people, but also where you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of, or you can't speak up, or like you can't like give your own like, like a thought. Let's say you have something, you want to make a suggestion. Like, you want to be someplace where you're valued. So find that place. I would say find that place where you don't feel like, you know, if whatever you said, they're going to be judging you and making fun of you and things like that. So that's what I learned. So shout out to Second Baptist, for real.